Alright, today we're going to be discussing Unit 2.1, Average and Instantaneous Rate of Change. You'll remember the rate of change formula from the first unit, which is just this one right here. I'm going to switch colors. Something else. Alright, so we're going to find the average rate of change over the interval 2 is less than or greater than, less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 3. So, we are just going to take this equation right here, and I'll just rewrite it right here so it's just a little bit easier to see. So, we are going to plug in our numbers for that one. We're going to do x, or in this case, our x would be 3 squared plus 3, we're going to put this in parentheses, minus this, we're going to plug in 2 for x all over 3 minus 2. So if we go ahead and distribute it out, we're going to do 3 plus 3 minus 4 plus 3 all over 1, or you can just get rid of this denominator. So our final answer would be 12 minus 7, or just 5. So our average rate of change over the interval would just be 5. Alright, now we're going to talk about instantaneous rate of change. I'm going to go change the color because I hate it. And we're going to be using this equation. This number right here, you can substitute it out for a, or in some cases, they substitute this number out for h, but I'm just going to keep it as delta x. So we're going to find the instantaneous rate of change for this equation right here. Now we're going to identify our variables, or our equation. So f of x is going to equal x minus x squared, and f of x plus delta x is going to equal, we're just going to substitute in f plus delta x for every x on here, and it's going to make more sense in a second. So if we'll just go ahead and rewrite this equation down here, minus f of x all over delta x. Okay, so now we are going to plug in our numbers. Going to plug in this one for this, and this one for this one over here. So that would give us x plus delta x minus x plus delta x squared, and make sure this is in parentheses to separate it, minus the f of x, which is just x minus x squared all over delta x. Now for the next step, we're going to distribute all of our values, change the color to something else. Minus give us x squared plus x times delta x plus delta x squared, minus, we're going to go ahead and distribute this negative sign, minus x plus x squared. Alright, now we're going to, all over delta x. I'm going to go back to black. I'm just trying to distribute the steps. We're going to just go ahead and distribute this negative again. So it'll be negative x squared minus x times delta x minus x squared plus x squared all over delta x. Now we're going to go ahead and cancel some things out. This one is supposed to be a negative. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cancel some stuff out. These x's cancel, and these x squares canceled. So now we're going to rewrite it minus x squared all over delta x. And now we are going to come back up here and substitute in x for 0. So that would, let's go ahead and change 0 for -1, just because I think that'll be a little bit easier, right? So now we're going to go ahead and distribute that number. So just be -1 squared, because these numbers, they just go to 0. So just give us that. -1 squared is going to equal 1, which is just going to give us -1.